Brandon. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for taking the time. I think we've got a lot of great things to help out some folks today. I just to set the stage, we've been talking to a lot of fundraisers lately that have a few different interesting scenarios. We've got folks who are looking to raise more than they did historically, right? So we got people that had great events, but maybe they raised 10,000, maybe they raised 15,000, and they're looking to get to that 25, 50,000 and trying to figure that out. And then we also have a lot of folks lately that are telling us, hey, I did a live face-to-face event in the past, and now I'm moving to a hybrid event. I'm going to have some people in a room, I'm going to have some people online, and I have no idea what my goal should be, right? I know what it was before, but I don't know what it should be. And so I'm glad we were able to get together today because I know we have created this amazing fundraising accelerator tool on our webpage, and was hoping that you can show us a few things and help some folks understand how they can figure these things out.
Absolutely. And I'm happy we can address some of this. This is a new tool we produced earlier this year. It's based on real data, which is the key thing. So we collected all the information together, calculated it out to see on average the success rate of different types of fundraising elements. So I'm excited to kind of geek out and look at some of the data because, as you know, we love to dive into data. But
Both
anyone looking
data
to
geek, both.
David, data is king for us. The Fundraising Accelerator can be reached just right through our website here, GiveSmart.com/fundraising accelerator, and our resources menu as well. And you can dive in here, get a little bit of a context of what we put together. But really, this is an inspiration tool. It's a way to use the math to really come to a conclusion of potentially how much I can raise or what I can add to my campaign to really enhance that. So you go in here, you put in your information, and you get started. And what's nice is it's simple and easy to use. Anyone can go in here and just say, all right, I want to figure things out. So we'll start with, I don't know my goal, and I need to figure out what the heck I should try to raise at this upcoming hybrid or virtual event. So let's say historically you've raised $50,000. That's a starting point. We can at least look at, is that possible based on the math, and what are the different elements or triggers that we can pull. Then we look at, how many participants, it's a harder word to say sometimes, participants do you typically have? So if you have 250 people, we could always pull the trigger and say, you know what, I'm going to expand my reach going virtual. You often see that, but we'll start there. Starting point, 250 and 50,000. Those are numbers that you at least know historically you've used. And then it's simply going in here and saying, what elements are you going to use to fundraise? Most often we are hearing people running silent auctions. We have tons and tons of data around that, but also silent auctions are still very popular. We just finished up our silent auction study and have been diving into that. So silent auctions, where I would start is, we're going to run a silent auction. It can be run virtually, it can be done hybrid, and that's the nice thing of technology. It can be done in any way that you're going to run your event. If we look at the math, this is telling us that about 20% of the population will participate in the silent auction. That means you need to have an item for all those people. So if you have 50 items, that'll cover those people. And then the average price is around $344. So you should make sure your packages value up to that. And then look at how much you would raise. You're already at $17,000 and you've done one element.
That's excellent. We're on our way to hitting our 50,000 goal.
We're getting there. Now let's say I want to add another thing, because I'm not going to just do a silent auction. I'm going to add in some fun and some other things as well. So a couple of the things that we could look at here, you can see the menu of all the different things that we've seen. We're going to look at a raffle, very common raffle or game of chance. Obviously, if you're able to do it,
depending on your state laws, exactly.
State laws are important there, but you can see it can help you raise a little bit more here. Not a high dollar amount when we look at our averages, but if you've traditionally had a huge raffle, this may not relate to you. So you have to keep in mind, this is an average over every raffle that's being run,
right?
And a $20 average price.
What if we go to a higher, what if we take that same raffle, rather than adding another, Brandon, what if you change that initial raffle to the golden ticket concept, right? Which is a higher price point and where you have a higher valued prize.
Yeah, so this is more of a premium raffle. You
Right.
can see it doubles, and the participation rate changed a little bit. But at $90, you get double the amount of money, and you only have to still give away one item because it's
Yeah.
a golden ticket. It's that big prize. Oftentimes, people will do maybe pick your favorite item from the live auction, things like that.
Oh, good segue. Why don't we add a live option to our event here?
Well, and then we're talking, okay, now we're into the bigger money, right?
Right.
It's very low participation. So 4% of the 250 people would participate historically. So that gives you an idea of how many live auction items you should be looking for. And then you see the average price. And this is, again, across all live auction items. If you're doing a live auction and you have $100 item, it's probably a better fit for the silent auction. But as we look here, $34,000 could be raised in just your live auction. This can be done hybrid. This can be done virtually. We're seeing more and more organizations implement with live streaming and presentation modes and proxy bidders to make sure that people are able to participate in that live auction. We've got so many stories and examples of that. But that right there, if we look here, our total revenue to goal, we've exceeded it with just these three elements.
Great. I want to just step back to that live auction thing, Brandon. I mean, the other thing we're seeing is with the hybrid events, a lot of folks are bringing their key donors into the room, right? So they're getting
Yep.
that, and then they're getting additional folks through those proxy bidders and that type of thing, um, um, when they're doing some kind of a live stream or virtual. So really
Yep.
awesome opportunity with the live auction. That's really great. What about, let's throw one more in just for fun. How about something like not maybe like voting or contests or something like that? I mean, we have our vote feature, and that's always fun. Like, let's.
Yeah, that's what's cool is a contest. People aren't going to vote one time. So you have a 662%. That means six times is on average how many people vote. Uh,
Ah,
so that's one of the wonky things with data. When you have someone who goes in and votes 100 times, that counts as a participation 100 times, which is really great. But the average price, so we highly recommend a $5 to $10 max price for your voting. We've seen people do $1, and look at the great return you can get on just 250 people. So voting contest, obviously we're being very general on what that is, but that could be premium cocktail voting contest, a virtual bartender type thing. It can be we've seen dance contests or look-alike contests and things like that that have been really fun. And what's nice is this does not need to be part of your annual event. This can be a standalone campaign. Organizations can just say, you know what, I need to bridge the gap for the year and I need one more thing. A vote contest can stand on its own very easily and be similar to like a peer-to-peer aspect as well, because a lot of social engagement comes from that. So that's what's great, and the numbers really do add up for these. Because again, if we say my voting contest, I would actually expect to double the participation.
mm-hmm.
Look at the numbers there.
That's
Now we're
great.
starting to get
Yeah.
nearly $14,000 just from that, and that's off the baseline averages that we have. Obviously, your constituency could exceed that. You have to really put a good plan together to execute that. But yeah,
And Brandon, I'm glad you brought up that, it's a campaign that can be run separately, because any fundraising element can be run separately as its own campaign. We're seeing such a shift from, I'm going to have this one event, to smaller campaigns throughout the year, monthly campaigns. Maybe it's a vote contest. Maybe the next month it's a peer-to-peer, just donate. Maybe the next month it is a golden ticket or what have you. This doesn't have to be one event. The whole idea is we want to help everyone raise more throughout the year, raise more than they did the year before. And so a great tool. Brandon, thank you so much for showing me this. And I hope folks can benefit from using this and coming up with their goals and ways to raise more.
yeah. And final thing is, once you're done, click send me my results, and you'll get everything emailed right to you.
Beautiful.
And that's what's nice is this is a record for yourself, so you can go back and look at how you bridge the gap.
Excellent, Brandon. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
You too. Take care.